How's it going, everybody? Well, I just got back from Yosh. That's how the cool kids say Yosemite. So I had a couple epics and I'd like to share one with you. Yes, I had what I would consider a fail for sure. So let's just hop right into it. I'll play it and I'll just let it play. Maybe you could comment what you think you found that was wrong. And then I'll go over what I think was definitely wrong and ways I would improve that whole situation. So let's just let it play.
Recording.
Okay. All right, let's do it. Don't fail. Here's my hat. You could take this up with you if you want.
What? For what?
Or stuff it, whatever. I don't care. Okay, climbing.
Going on. Does everything look good?
Yep.
How's your harness?
My harness is good. How's yours?
Good.
All of that. Rock, 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 rock! Your foot okay?
Not bad.
You should have jumped that way.
It did. It hit right where I jumped. Alright. Don't drop anything.
There's a pile of loose rocks here. How bad's your foot?
Fine, but don't do that.
It just skipped right off.
I know. Well, good job screaming.
I took me to the third scream till you did anything.
I was trying to see where to jump.
You just hide.
Alright.
Anything else falls, just jump that way.
Well, now I know where it goes, apparently.
Anything else falls, you go that way.
What's that?
It was a decent sized rock.
Yeah, it hit me.
Directly?
I don't know. It's broken pieces. I'm
You could tape it? Could you walk on it? What?
I saw a piece of rock falling and it was like, keep going, it's a one-off situation. I swear.
Your foot's okay?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you think? Yeah, maybe you should have had shoes on. I yelled once, and then I yelled twice, and you weren't moving.
I was looking at it.
That ain't gonna help you. I don't want to be sending up flares. Well, if you didn't move out of the way, it would have been your head.
Actually, if I didn't move, it would have missed me.
No, I think it would have whacked you right in the head. You gotta be a little bit more jumpy. Yeah, you gotta really dive out of the way. The small accidents that keep you from the big ones, they say. So now you know. Not a lot of people climb over here, so there's a lot of loose stuff. This probably doesn't see as much action as all the other climbing around here. That's an exciting pitch one. Well, let me first give you some context. We had a bit of a late start, and as you can see from this Google Earth map here, we climb about 1,500 feet of elevation in 0.8 of a mile to even get to the beginning of what this is, which is the higher cathedral climb that we're going to do. And so we're kind of a little bit beat and getting ready to start, because by the time we're here, it's already 1 o'clock. I got to do these at least 5 pitches as quick as I can. And I think that is the main reason for this fail, is I'm trying to go really fast as I can. And haste makes waste. So let's just start it out here. I'll go through what I think is wrong. So as you can see, just starting off right here, there wasn't, I mean, for me, I looked at everything and checked everything, but for her, there wasn't a complete buddy check, which is why she goes off and says, wait a second, how's your harness and everything else? So what I like to call this a job box safety meeting. When you're at work in the industry, you have what's called a job box safety meeting. Everyone meets at the job box, which is a big toolbox, and we all discuss what's going to happen that day. What's the job? What's the scope of the work? What are the dangers? How are we going to mitigate them? So if we had a talk here like, okay, so we're going to try to do this fast. This area is obviously not very well traveled, so there might be some loose rocks and loose stuff. Where does the climb go? Which way does the route go? And if anything falls, which way is it going to come? What's going to be my escape plan? So the biggest thing is we had, which is usually the root of a lot of accidents, is just a lack of communication on what we're going to do. How are we going to mitigate any dangers that happen here? Okay. Next thing is she decided maybe it's my fault that I was going to rush, but she doesn't have shoes on. I guess she was just going to hang out without shoes, and then she's eventually just going to throw her climbing shoes on and go. she would have had zero, we talked about it, she would have had zero damage to her feet at all if she was still wearing her ascent boots, which are these big burly boots. And it would have been a non-issue, but she didn't have her boots on, so when that rock hit her, and when I ended up looking at her foot, it ended up being just like a cat scratch. The funny thing is, at the top, she even says, like, I kind of like had a premonition of this rock falling on me. And I was just thinking about it. So in her mind, she should have thought as a belayer, there's like really like two things you're looking out for when you're a belayer. Rocks falling on you and your climber falling. So that's like your main things. Is what's that leader gonna drop on me? And is he gonna drop on me? So really that's where your mindset's gotta be. And you're waiting for them to fall, and you're waiting for something else to fall, whether that be a rock or maybe even gear. So you're kind of looking up. That's one of the things about I always think about with those prism glasses is, do you see the whole scope of everything that's going on? You know, obviously it saves your, if you're at like a crag where people are climbing a small pitch, you know, this is more alpine style where anything can happen. But I mean, even at a local crag, you might something might knock loose, get knocked loose. Okay, so right here is where something falls, and I'll show you what falls exactly. You see this rock right here by my left hand? It's about the size of maybe a softball. I mean, that's a decent sized rock. That, in my book, that falling in the right area, directly on a non-helmeted head, that's a man killer for sure. You can see that's definitely the rock, because when later here in the clip, I'll fast forward it, it's no longer there. I saw the rock fall down the whole way. I'm surprised the camera didn't catch it. But what happens is it kind of bounces down and breaks up into pieces, and a little piece must have went left and hit her in the foot, and then most of it kind of went right, so it missed her. But you can see here there's a vacant spot where that rock used to be. So if I took my time and went a little bit slower and kind of looked out for loose stuff, you know, I might have touched that and be like, oh, if I step on this, it's gonna fall, and maybe I touch it and see if I could dislodge it. I kind of thought, well, in my mindset, it was just go, 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 get to the top. Let's bang out these first couple of pitches before it gets dark. The next pitch also turned into a bit of an epic, but that's a later story. Maybe I could tell. I had to do some funny rope tricks because we got a stuck rope. Because even on the route it says heinous rope drag, which turned into heinous rope stuck, and I had to do some funny rope tricks to get that fixed. I'll have to share that somehow. But yeah, if you take your time and you check things out, you're gonna have. It's a definitely higher risk moving fast. You got to think about not just getting to the top isn't just a goal. It's getting back safely, getting back uninjured, having a fun time. You're there to climb to have fun. So if you're going out and you're just rushing like this, it's not really, you're having less fun. So you get an earlier start, plan things out, take your time. It's a lot less, it's safer, really. It's just safer in my book. Then there's also, if you leave too early, you might just be too groggy and you're not in your right mind. There's dangers in that too. So at least we're kind of like in the right mind, but we're just a little bit too focused on running up the thing. So that was a little bit of our fail here. What do you think that I could have done better? Let me know what you think. I really enjoy these new totems that I've been using. They're pretty cool. They're bomber. I like the way they feel and the way they look and how they work. So that wraps this one up. Let me know what you think. Check out our merch store and everything else, our Discord. Join the fun down there. And if you want to see more episodes like this, breakdowns and stuff, let me know. Joshua Perry, climbing out of here.